Hello and welcome back to another episode of Tarot CelebriTEA with your boy Ducky. Today we are going to be reading Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson's tarot cards regarding their split, what they think of one another, and some advice for them individually. So, this wasn't on my to-do list, but because it's something that happened so recently, and I don't know, I kind of have a soft spot for the Kardashians. I don't really follow them or anything, but I just wanted to do this. So this wasn't on my to-do list that I have from all of you that have suggestions on whose cards I should read. I just decided I wanted to do this one. So my sister gave me this idea, so shout out to my sister who also drew this little ducky right here that you see. Yeah, that's her. She drew that little ducky. That's me. That's basically me in ducky form, with a little headband because I like to rock headbands when I'm at the gym. Cause your boy Ducky a little sweaty sometimes. So yeah, we're going to be reading Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson's cards. So remember that these videos are for entertainment purposes. Why is that? That is because we do not have Kim Kardashian or Pete Davidson here to confirm nor deny that what I'm seeing in the cards is factual or not. So just remember to keep that in mind. I'm just using my intuition and my practice of studying and reading the cards to relay what I'm seeing in the cards for you all. So, without further ado, let me drink some tea first, actually, and then we'll get started. Remember to stay hydrated, y'all. Yum. Okay. So, let's just start with how is their overall energy regarding this situation, regarding this split up? What is their overall energy between Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson? The King of Swords in reverse. Oh, the Two of Spring. The Two of Wands. Life experience, the Tower. Yeah. Illumination. Yeah, that's beautiful. So, from this split, what I'm seeing here immediately with this King of Swords, King of Winter card in reverse. Normally, the King of Winter is very eloquent with his words. Here it says knowledgeable, unemotional, and stuff like that. But when this card comes in reverse, I get the feeling that there is someone here, um, a masculine energy that really kind of got in the way, and really messed with the thoughts. So I'm seeing here that like the masculine energy here, and in this case, I'm going to just like say Pete Davidson, like his thoughts really got in the way. His mentality, with the suit of winter, the suit of uh, swords coming up here. It's all about your mentality, your thoughts, the way you speak. So there's some kind of like immaturity level here, um, and that's not to like disregard like or to shame Pete Davidson in any way. There was just like a maturity difference in regards to like thinking and speaking, that got in the way here. But the good thing here with the Two of Wands here, like the two of them really seem to have like a good partnership. Like they seem to be okay. Both Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson, like they're still like they still want to be cool. They still want to be friends and stuff like that. And with the Tower here showing up, like they learned a lot. Like or here it's life experience, but it's this is the Tower, and here they learned a lot about each other during this connection, um, and they're very grateful for that because like it's shown or it illuminated a lot of aspects of themselves while they were together, um, in regards to like things that maybe they needed to work on, things that they needed to change, stuff like that. So that's really good. Like the two of them really don't really have any hard feelings toward one another, is what I'm seeing in regards to their combined energy. They learned a lot about one another and about each other, with this. So, but like there is with the King of Swords here showing up in reverse, there is that, I don't want to keep saying like immature or maturity level or difference here, but there is some sense here where like the thoughts and the mindset of one person really got in the way here. Um, and in this case, I really do want to say it's Pete Davidson. But it could also be, what I'm also seeing here is because Kanye is a Gemini, also an air sign, like maybe he's this king of swords in reverse that got in the way. Like maybe some of the things that he would say really got into Pete's head and really messed with him. And shown him, it showed Pete like what does he still need to work on? What are some things that he needs to continue doing? So if anything, like they are very grateful for this connection because it really illuminated several things that they individually need to continue to focus on and work on, which is good. Um, so there's like no hard feelings between the two of them, what I'm seeing. So let's do Kim's thoughts on Pete and Pete's thoughts on Kim. Do, do, do. Okay. So let's start with Kim's thoughts on Pete Davidson. What are Kim Kardashian's thoughts on Pete Davidson? After all of this fiasco has happened, what are her thoughts? The Seven of Autumn. The Three of Spring, the Three of Wands. The Ace of Cups. Awakening. Ooh. Ooh. All right, let's draw some cards for Pete Davidson's thoughts on Kim Kardashian. Ace of Winter, the Ace of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Spring, the Eight of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Spring, the Queen of Wands. Caution. Ooh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, so let's start first with what are Kim Kardashian's thoughts on Pete Davidson with the Seven of Pentacles showing up here. The Seven of Pentacles talks about, having patience and working towards things that you want to come to fruition. But when it comes in reverse, it seems that there's some impatience here. Maybe Kim Kardashian believes that Pete is a little bit impatient when it comes to things. Um, he just moves very quickly. He wants to move very quickly, and I feel like it's in regards to things regarding love. Um, there's this sense of the age difference is what I'm gonna call out for sure, is that it seems that Pete Davidson was just really quick to love, really quick to kind of like say the L word to Kim Kardashian really quick to like talk about their future together, stuff like that, especially with this Ace of Summer or Ace of Cups showing up in reverse. There's just like this big outpour of love that Kim Kardashian feels that Pete Davidson kept kind of like giving her. She was like, "Whoa, you're moving a little bit way too fast." Is kind of what I'm seeing. So it seems that like yeah, she just believes that he has a lot of love. She sees that he has a lot of love, but sometimes it's like he's very quick to say the L word, to talk about his future plans with whomever he's dating, and there's just this sense of impatience and this urgency that he has. But the good thing here that I'm seeing that Kim Kardashian finds in Pete Davidson with the Three of Spring or the Three of Wands is that she believes that he has a lot of opportunities to continue being um, to continue being successful in regards to like projects and goals and stuff like that. So she just sees that he's got a lot of things going for him. Like there's a lot of opportunities for him to continue to gain recognition, gain success, and also opportunities like for him to mature, especially like spiritually, like awaken himself. So she sees that within him that like that maybe this was kind of the catalyst, you know, with the turret or the tower, the turret, the tower showing up in their cards earlier. There's some sudden changes that have happened between them whenever they were both together, and she believes this is going to truly help awaken him to seeing or have finding more opportunities for him to continue working on himself and growing rather than wanting to kind of speed things up in regards to love just because maybe he's lacking something within himself, and so he tries to find that or fill that void from others, and that's why he's so quick to rush into things is what I'm seeing. But she sees like a lot of success coming his way, like a lot of opportunities for him to continue to be successful. So let's start now. Let's do Pete Davidson's thoughts on Kim Kardashian. Immediately, what I saw with this Ace of Winter, this Ace of Swords in reverse, and then Caution coming up here. I feel like Pete Davidson believes that Kim Kardashian is a little bit too passive. Um, the Ace of Swords or the Ace of Winter always talks about forceful change, you know, like being forceful, being direct, taking action in regards to your thoughts and verbalizing them. Now, when it comes in reverse, I feel like Pete Davidson believes that Kim Kardashian just does not verbalize, does not vocalize what she's thinking very much. She's very passive, and he feels like she needs to be less cautious about like her about saying or being worried about saying the wrong thing, and just kind of being more direct and more quick about things, because we got the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Spring here in reverse. So the Eight of Spring normally talks about fast movement, right? But when it comes in reverse, it talks about there's some delays, stuff like that. So Pete Davidson believes that like sometimes like it just takes Kim Kardashian a little bit way too long for her to verbalize her thoughts, um, and express them. Like sometimes she does get around to it, but it takes some time. Um, so that's what I'm seeing. He just sees that she's just very cautious about what she says, or sometimes she's like so overly cautious about what she's thinking that instead she doesn't say what she's thinking because she's always just kind of afraid, a little bit cautious about things. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. But on the bright side, Pete Davidson does see Kim Kardashian as this Queen of Wands, you know, very inspiring, a great businesswoman, very gifted, very fiery. And I feel like he just wishes that she would be a little bit less cautious about her, what she's thinking and what she's going to say and just like spit it out faster, not take so much time to beat around the bush or to just avoid talking about what she's really thinking because she's afraid of how the other party, the other person is going to receive it. So that's what I'm seeing here. Let's get some advice for both of them individually. Y'all, not me thinking about food right now as I'm shuffling these cards. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna snack on after I finish this video before I get ready to go to the gym. I'm just always thinking about food. Okay, so let's get some advice for Kim Kardashian. Release in reverse. The Hanged Man. I believe that's the Hanged Man. The Lovers. Mm-hmm. The Seven of Winter. She needs to quit avoiding the truth. Quit avoiding, like, speaking her truth, rather. Boundaries, yeah. We'll get into hers after I draw some advice cards for Pete Davidson. Two of Winter. Three of Cups. The Page of Wands in reverse. Self-worth, yeah. Easy. Easy. Let me make sure that this 13, I believe that is the Hanged Man. Is that 13? Oh, it's the Death card. An enforced change, yeah. Easy. Okay. So what I'm seeing here with some advice for Kim Kardashian with this release card showing up in reverse, she needs to make a change that she needed to do a long time ago. And the change is here with the Lovers in reverse is that she's just so indecisive because the Lovers, coincidentally enough, is ruled by Gemini. And who is a Gemini in her life? Kanye West. But like, it doesn't even have to be about that. Like, the advice for her is that like sometimes she just struggles so much with like her mind and her heart that she doesn't know how to like communicate things because she's just afraid that like if she truly says what's on her mind and what she's feeling, that people are going to come for her. And like she's in the limelight, which is anything that you say or do in the limelight, regardless, is always going to be get ridiculed, or like there's always going to be people critiquing. So she just needs to let go of that. She needs to let go of like constantly like filtering what she's thinking or saying because she's afraid of how other people are going to receive it and maybe critique her. And with the Seven of Winter, the Seven of Swords here, normally it talks about lies, deceit, stuff like that. I feel like a lot of people feel like she is very deceitful because she does take a while to communicate what she's really thinking. So even if her intentions are great, because she's trying to filter so much of what like she really wants to say or what she's really thinking, it comes across as not genuine. It comes across as like, I don't know if I believe that. And she just needs to let go of that. She needs to let go of the fears of how other people are going to take her truth. She needs to be more honest with what she's thinking, what she's saying, and not really keep on having this like indecisive struggle with like, okay, this is what my thoughts like. These are my thoughts, but these are my feelings. If I communicate them, will people love me more? Will they hate me more? Who cares? She needs to let go of that. She needs to let go of that. It's something that she's been needing to let go of. Um, she's got to have those boundaries. She's got to set those boundaries and letting know, like, hey, this is not okay. This is like, enough. She doesn't do that enough in regards to her life. She doesn't tell people what she's truly thinking until sometimes like way later on down the road, and people were like, well, why did you lie to me when I asked you if you were okay when you were not okay? So that's kind of what the basis of her advice is. Like, she just needs to communicate more efficiently, more quickly in regards to what her true feelings are. She needs to set those boundaries and enforce those boundaries. One thing that I like to tell people is like, it's good that you have boundaries, but do you enforce them? Like, you have to enforce those boundaries, because people will constantly try and test you. And this is her advice: is she needs to stop thinking or worrying so much about what other people are going to say or think or critique in regards to what she truly wants to say, and she should just say it, because either way, like, there's always going to be people that are going to be talking. So she needs to let go of that. She needs to make that change, of setting more boundaries and not being so passive in regards to what she's truly thinking or feeling. So that's what I'm seeing with her advice. Now let's get some advice for Pete Davidson. The advice for Pete Davidson is really easy as well. Like, it came out really quickly for me. Um, is he needs to be his own best friend, his own best ally. It's interesting. There's so much like swords here. There's both of them have a lot of communication that they need to like work on, and like a lot of and there was a lot of lack of communication. Um, that kind of was one of the main reasons why they didn't work out. There was this lack of communication or difference in communication styles. So the advice for Pete Davidson is like, the Two of Winter, the Two of Swords always talks about great friends, great allies. He needs to be his own greatest ally. He needs to make his mind, um, teach his mind to be his best ally rather than his enemy. He needs to embrace and work on his self and loving his self, rather than kind of like seeking out. With the Three of Cups, the Three of Cups in reverse talks about celebrations and stuff like that, but when it's in reverse, it talks about overindulgence, doing a little bit too much for others, or partying, drinking, maybe partaking in substances. Sometimes he partakes in substances in order to help himself feel better about himself, or to help maybe like calm his mind or dull his mind. Whatever I'm yeah, whatever, with that, in regards to that. So he just needs to work on really truly loving his self and his mind, his thoughts, really making his thoughts be like work with him rather than working against him, because he easily gets very discouraged with the Page of Wands or the Princess of Spring in this deck in reverse. Here it says optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, energetic. He really lets his thoughts and his feelings get in the way of his projects and his actions, and he quickly gets unmotivated and gets discouraged. So the advice for him is to not let his thoughts get in the way of his goals. He needs to find a way to really truly love himself and love and retrain his brain, rewire his brain as best as he can, because I know it's harder said than done. Um, to be more optimistic, to value yourself, to think better or highly or think positively about yourself. This is what his advice is for right now. He needs to try and find a way to make his mind his best friend rather than seeking out for like love or substances to help him be okay with himself. Um, so that's what I'm seeing. Remember that I do want to like also remind y'all that I made this channel because I truly enjoy reading tarot cards, but I don't want this channel to be like a gossip channel. I do want it to be like ultimately, who knows, like maybe someone, a friend of a friend of a friend will watch this and relay the information to a celebrity. And all I want is that for these videos to help um, either myself out, you guys out, or even the celebrities themselves. So just remember that this channel is not meant to be for like gossiping purposes. It's more for just like spiritual and educational and good, healthy, well-being purposes. So with that said, I'm gonna get ready to go eat some food before I go to the gym. So remember to uh, respect yourselves and others, love yourselves and others. Do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And I will see y'all on the next video. Bye.